Welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. What is happening? Hope we're all good. Just on my way to Flex now. I'm turning in my driveway currently, so we're not very much on the way, but we're getting there. We are now 4 days post-show. Today's Thursday. Obviously, we competed on this Sunday, and my God, do I feel better now. Monday, obviously, day after show, we were still travelling home, so didn't weigh myself or anything. Tuesday, we weighed myself. Fucking hell, Brev. If you watch my other videos, or the video titled, Did I Get Fat post-show? I weighed in at 75.8 kilos, which is, for the weight I am at the minute, very high. I did a video, I basically, the whole morning, I was quite stressed. Upset's probably a better way to put it. You know, I coach clients myself, and I know that it's just water weight, and I know that get back to it, it will come off. Do you know what I mean? But seeing it it's like, I know it's hard to actually mentally adapt to that and understand that, look, I've stepped on the scale, I feel like shit because of that, but give it a day and you'll be completely sound. So I was 75.8 kilograms. Literally the day after, we dropped 1.7 kilos, which is fucked. So we then dropped down to 74.1, which was yesterday, which, to be fair, for me is still pretty high. So I was much more happy, but still a bit like, fucking hell, let's get moving. So another full day yesterday. We trained as well, 15k steps, I don't have cardio, but 15k steps, did my posing and trained. That was kind of the expenditure for the day. And we had another lovely drop overnight. So we're now sitting at 73.45, which is pretty good. That is pretty close to like my lowest of prep. I think the lowest we actually got was 72.8 or something like that. So very close, like 0.6 away. So I would imagine tomorrow we'll probably have a nice wee drop again. And then hopefully towards like a new low. And it's one of the things that like I said, it's really hard to mentally see that, but obviously it's got a purpose, right? Taylor wanted me to post-show, to freshen up, have a few days off, reset, and then get back to it. And so for like a first-time competitor, it's quite hard to do that. But I learned a lot about myself, and I also learned a lot about the process that, yes, your weight is, I've never been this lean. So I've never seen how my body responds. I've never been this lean and seen what happens when you eat shit tons. Like, I haven't been in this position before, so it's all new and it's all a learning curve. I obviously know how water retention works and stuff, but like, to actually see it happen to yourself is a bit different. So yeah, very, very happy now. Sort of over my little, it's not even a mood, like it was just like a bit like, oh fuck's sake, like what the fuck, whatever. But very positive vibes now. It's Thursday today. We are training pool, which is going to be fantastic. Going to be a very motivated session, because a lot the judges' feedback for myself was actually that the back is a bit of a weak area. So that is going to be something that we absolutely need to bring up this off season. Now, although we're not in off season now, it's still going to give me a lot of motivation going into this session, to try and to bring my back up. This is one thing I've enjoyed about prep as well. We've been able to see kind of my weaker areas, and when we've been doing check-ins, we've been able to see that obviously areas that are slightly weaker tend to be the ones that drop off first. And when I'm flat, my back drops off like fuck. Like, see, when we were digging and before I started adding carbs and stuff, my back looked like absolute wank. So it's good to see that, like, well, it's not good to see, but it's good to know like what my weaker areas are, what we need to work on, and everything like that. But the judges' feedback were quads were good, and good abdominal detail as well. Now I've never really, like, as a kid, obviously everyone wants a six pack as a kid, but my abs are they're not like ridiculously unique, but I don't have like ridiculously visible six pack. Do you know what I mean? Like, in my head, when I picture a six pack, you can see all six abs. My top two abs insert pretty weirdly, but the other two are like, or the other four, sorry, are like ridiculously blocky and good. So it still looks good. But that was always like an insecurity of mine when I was younger. And I think now to have that feedback is like really nice, like really, really nice and fulfilling. And same with the legs as well, like being a taller guy, having the being able to actually like get praise about my legs is fantastic. And I think a lot of that's down to how I train them, how much I enjoy training them, and how much I kind of ran up leg training over my off season. Like that was probably one of the things I got the strongest at. I would say as well, my legs probably are one of my strongest muscle groups, which is really good to say as a taller guy. And that's as well with like, we're not fully in yet. Like we do still have, we're looking to drop probably about another two and a bit kilo from my previous low into this show, the upcoming show, which is going to be good. So that is the update on myself, how prep is going. Yeah, mate, the last 2 nights as well, I slept for 9 hours last night, and then the night before I slept for 8 hours and 40. That's one thing I'm so lucky with. Like whenever I'm speaking to people, like their sleep in prep seems to just disappear. My sleep's fucking class, like regardless of prep or whatever. So very happy with how all that's going at the minute. So gonna go train now. Like I said, got pool to do. I'm gonna film everything because kind of got that feedback on my back. I just want to make sure that my training is 100% as good as it can be. Make sure that everything is as accurate as it can be. If you've got a weaker area, that doesn't mean you fucking slack on it. If anything, it's the opposite. You need to be putting more emphasis on it, training more accurately on it. Obviously, my volume at the minute for pool is going to be very toned down, and it's not going to be something like we're going to increase anytime soon, because realistically, I'm not in a good spot to recover. My food isn't high enough, so my recovery capabilities are pretty low. So it's not something we're going to put like more emphasis on now, but I just want to make sure that all the movements are spot on, all the weights that I'm doing are spot on, all that kind of stuff. So I'll film the full session, I'll go through it, I'll talk you guys through my thoughts on the session, how I'm feeling training wise, all that kind of good stuff when we get home. So I will speak to you guys in a bit. So guys, we are back, and this is a few days later. We're reviewing my form clips. It was a bit of a pool session, right? And the feedback I got from the judges was my back is shit. That's not what they said, but like that's what they meant. And I didn't really know my back was that much of a weak point until you kind of diet down. And it's quite easy to see as well, because as soon as I start fading, like as soon as I'm flat, there's nothing there. Like it just disappears. Which means we have something to focus on next off season. I think a big part of it's going to be that I only started training back full time at Flex midway through prep. Now, Flex is a fantastic gym to train your back. Ballantyne's is not. So going to be a big off season, gaining some size on the back. So starting off, we've got a single arm pull down, using the Citadel pull down here. Fantastic machine. Thinking about elbow down to hip, pulling my elbow when it's coming up, elbow scraping across my quad, and then the wall in front of me, and then down the wall in front of me, and down into my hip. Hands as well, slightly rotated, pinky facing my face, and then bracing myself, holding the whatever you would call that, the handle. This machine, see, when I first used this for the first time, like a year ago, I was like, oh, that's what my lat feels like. Because went from training back just at Ballantyne's, and like I'm just doing like pull down variations, that kind of stuff. Like there's nothing like this, so it was absolutely beautiful to try. I load the first set just in the middle and lengthened range, and then the second set we do majority in the lengthened range, which is cool that you can load it in different ranges. I love that as well. Then we have a T-bar row. For this, I'm thinking about just allowing my shoulders to roll forward without sort of rounding my back and my spine, and then pulling my elbows back past my rib cage, and yeah, just trying to keep my chest on the pad as well. One thing I do is I watch people do this all the time. They put like 3.5, 4 plates on it and then just completely bring their chest off the pad, and it's like, well, what's the point of the chest support if you're not going to use it? So I'm making sure I'm using that. Then we have the prime row. I'm not too sold on this. I've only been doing it a couple of weeks. Like it just feels a bit awkward. It does feel good. Like the stretch I get on it is good, and then the squeeze is pretty nice. Not as good as a T-bar row, but it is pretty nice. The cues I'm using for the prime is just the exact same as what I'm using for the T-bar row. Allowing my shoulders to roll forward, and then
pull back with my elbows back past my rib cage. Thinking about, imagine, like, this is what people always say, you have a pencil in the middle of your shoulder blades. I'm half asleep, by the way. Have a pencil in the middle of your shoulder blades and you try to squeeze it together. That is what I'm thinking about when I'm doing this movement. But yeah, it does feel pretty good. Yet again, I load it in the mid-range for the first set, and in the second set we do the length and range. And yeah, it does feel pretty good. The only thing is it's a bit awkward for my height. Like, my feet don't sit nicely. Because they're kind of like, I'm kind of on my toes. I'd rather my feet were fully sat flat. But I mean, it's the minor details, you know, it's not like a big deal. So it is what it is. But yeah, this movement, and then after this we go on to, is it the single arm? I believe it's the single arm lat row. If I could hurry up and just fail the rep, bro. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. Oh, to be fair, you got it. Can't complain. Yeah, single arm row. So Cybex one here. With this, I'm just thinking about keeping everything still but my elbow. And my hand. Obviously my hand needs to move my elbow, but you've got the Physique Club t-shirt on as well, as you can see. Got this when we were down at the Physique Club, obviously heavy duty gym wear one. It is proper nice, like, big fan of the t-shirt. I really wanted the hoodie as well. I seen I think it was Jake Byers had the, is it? I think so. I've seen him with the hoodie on and it just says the Physique Club on the front of it, and then it's got the TPC on the back. But it's a cool logo, very cool logo, and an even cooler gym. So if you're anywhere near Loughborough, definitely check that out. But yeah, single arm row. Absolutely love this movement. Machine just feels ridiculous, like feels absolutely ridiculous. It's such a nice machine, so smooth. I feel like it's fucking ancient though. The machine looks so old. I feel like a lot of the kit is when it's that kind of colour. But yeah, 2 sets on each arm. We then head into our next movement, which is going to be another upper back movement, which is going to be the seal row. A lot of this is quite depressing because it's just 2 sets. Like, obviously right now, I'm dieting on prep, so I'm weak as fuck and I can't recover very well. So it's just all very low sets, which is frustrating. But yeah, doing the seal row here. This is the same as well with the T-bar row. You can't cheat this. Chest on the pad, thinking about stretching my back, fully opening up, and then pulling back with my elbows behind my ribcage. So that is it for the pull movements, to be fair. Filmed about biceps, but no one gives a fuck about biceps. But that is going to be the goal for the off season, to get my back as large as possible, and try to put on as much size in areas that I need to, such as my back. I think just my whole posterior chain, hamstrings as well, glutes, everything needs to come up. So whether we start doing that twice a week or what happens there, I'm very excited to see. So that is, at least it gives me something like positive to look forward to in the off season, like growing a certain muscle group. So yeah, last movement we just move on to biceps. I'm not going to show you guys the full set 'cause it's fucking boring. But yeah, back to myself. Welcome back, folks, to later on in the day. Unfortunately, I'm absolutely fucked. I think sort of the weekend's just kind of catching up with me now. Obviously, I'm down in weight quite a bit, and I'm definitely feeling it. I came back from the gym, literally felt like I couldn't do anything. Had a coaching setup to do, so I've set them fully up. But I need to hype myself up to do the recording, the actual introduction video, because I can't just be like monotone. So I'm going to make my food first, get that out of the way, and then I'll get the setup actually sent over. But exciting new delivery, so it's not all doom and gloom. We have finally got the engineered muscle scale. Ignore my hair as well, by the way. I went for a walk to Tesco, and obviously it's windy as fucking. You can see my chopped hairline, but yeah, that ain't getting fixed anytime soon. So you're just going to have to deal with that. But yeah, I've wanted the engineered scales for so fucking long. If you don't know what they are, they're basically just Engineered Muscle is a brand that's kind of tailored specifically to bodybuilders. So a lot of products where you're like, oh, this would be so ideal, because like bodybuilding stuff can sometimes be a bit difficult. Stuff like weighing out your salt and everything, it can sometimes be pretty difficult. So Engineered Muscle come in and make a product that's exactly what you'd want. Like the salt dispenser I've got. So the little salt dispenser dispenses 0.5
gram of salt. So it's so easy to weigh out my salt. So stuff like that is what Engineered Muscle do. They do obviously pump formulas and like pre's and other stuff, GDAs. It's kind of just a lot of bodybuilding products pretty much. A bodybuilder brand, essentially. And yeah, they have a set of scales, but they've been sold out for the longest time. And I've wanted them because they just seem to make things so easy. But they finally came in stock the other day, so I bought a set for me and Maya. Well, she sent me the money for them, but obviously a set for her, which is going to be cool. Just going to make life a lot easier. So they arrived, which is hyped my day up a little bit. But what are we doing now then? We're making meals for tomorrow. Tomorrow is rest day, and we have meals to make. I'm in the office the full day tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to make my meals during the day. So what do? We be prepared. As you can see here, with this fucking massive pile of chicken. That's an insane amount of chicken. But yeah, we're going to cook this now. Pick up my face, motherfucker. Gonna cook this now. Also got mince to cook as well. So yeah, gonna cook this all now. Why won't I pick up my face? There we go. Yeah, what I've been doing with chicken recently, because I'm using chicken is like strictly a protein source. Like obviously I'm not having whey at the minute. I don't know if you have heard, guys, if you watched a single video, I seem to mention the fact that I don't have whey about 45 times. So if you haven't heard that, I'm not having whey at the minute, guys. But yeah, since I'm doing that, I need to have chicken all the time. And making chicken's fine when it's like with my chicken and rice meals, but when I make my cream of rice meal, I'm like, I always forget, I'm like, fuck's sake, I need to have chicken with it. So I'm just cooking a kilo of chicken at a time, which is a fucking piss take. Like, a kilo of chicken's so fucking much chicken. But yeah, cooking it all at once, and then that way I can just actually distribute it into my cream of rice and make my life a lot easier. So, first time using the Engineered Muscle scales, I need 450 grams of mince. This is going to be, that's 213. How much did I just say? 450. So what do I need then? 238 grams. Gosh. But yeah, that is all we're really getting up to today. We trained, came home, did all my steps in the morning. Yeah, I've done 13.9k, so pretty much done all of my steps, and that is a nice chill day. Unfortunately, like I said, I am feeling a bit fucked, but what tends to happen when I feel like this is my body weight drops the next day. Tends to be what happens, which is absolutely beautiful. It does always, like, whenever I feel like this, I'm like, right, but I feel like shit, so obviously something productive is happening, like, to an extent. 2 seconds, let me just weigh this mince as well. 212 plus 50 is 262, so I need 190. Look at that quick mass, 189 mince. But yeah, feeling like shit means that something good is going on, you know. I had the first few days of the week where I felt absolutely unreal, obviously, because we were just back from the kind of not off plans, but you know what I mean, the higher calories. So yeah, back to digging now, and I can definitely feel it, but that is part of the process, and I'm loving it. So that is the update for now. I'll catch you guys later once I've had this meal, and then yeah, hopefully feeling a little bit better. Also, I'm editing this back now. I indeed did not feel better later. I got the setup done and then fell asleep and slept for 9 hours. And yeah, it's a few days later and I'm still not feeling much better. I'm now ill as well, which is fantastic. But yeah, that is it for the video on what we're looking to improve. Obviously, like I said, we're not going to be improving my back show to show. It's just not the case. But I may as well put all the effort in to make sure all the movements are as good as possible coming in to then the off season. So yeah, that's everything for the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to press like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a bit.